and welcome back to the Real Sisters Real Estate Podcast. This is Chrissy Curtis, and I am with the Bob and Rana Group, Berkshire Hathaway. And as always, I'm with my sister Jules. Jules, how's it going?
Good. And I am with Jackson Hole Sotheby's International Realty. Things are great. It is cold and I'm not loving it.
I would bet not. How cold is cold?
It's like, I don't know, high 40s, raining. I bet it's snowing above 10,000 feet. It looks like it. It looks like the higher mountains are getting some snow. So, uh, I know it's winter is coming. Jon Snow says it and it's on its way.
Yeah, and he's, the truth.
He knows what he's talking about.
He does know what he's talking about. I got to tell you, that sounds horrible. We're not quite there yet. We are doing fine on that front. And in fact, I was at the dentist this morning and the hygienist was saying that she's going to Myrtle Beach. And I was like, what a perfect time to go to Myrtle Beach. All the kids are gone. They'll have the beach to themselves. It won't be all touristy, but it'll still be beautiful. It's like smart on her part.
Yes, yes, very smart. Yeah, well, hey, anything else? How was your dentist appointment? Is it going good? All your teeth are great.
It's fine. All my teeth are good, no cavities. So, as I've gotten older, I've gotten better. I'm the flossing master, so all good. And then I had a couple doctor appointments lined up today, and then I was talking to one of the nurse practitioners at at my other appointment. And I'll get into that because that kind of links into the news from the big dogs.
Oh,
Do you want to get into our oh, I'm sorry, it links into the national stuff, but do you want to get into, news you can use?
sure. We'll get into our market update. We have a current residential listing of 133 and 201 for building sites. We have 1,624 active listings. Another big drop. Not sure where those guys are heading off to. Um, Yeah, but they're not in the new listings. We only have 32 new listings, 28 went pending, and 34 sold. So they're not reflecting in the other numbers. They're just dropping out into oblivion. Um, could just be that time of year. I did see quite a few canceled, withdrawn. A lot of people pull their stuff off before the snow flies. They'll just let it sit over the winter and then come back again on the spring market. Especially a lot of raw land, we see that happen with. Just because, I mean, what are you going to survey when there's 3 feet of snow on the ground?
Right, right. And who's out there like tromping through this stuff, in order to look at the boundaries or whatever the hell it is you do with raw land? I don't
I mean, I do. I've been known to put on skis.
know. I don't know. I think I've done 2 land deals in my whole career of 10 years. So I don't know. I don't do land stuff. I don't If I were to get one, I'd immediately call you and be like, "What the hell do I do with this?" Um, but yeah, we're going into the ether, it sounds like.
We are. What's going on over there?
So let's see. And the DMV, we've got not much has changed at all. Last week's numbers were from Labor Day weekend, so it was just a little bit slower. So this week we're back to our normal kind of numbers for this time of year. We have current market days is 22 days. Active units is up 5.4%. We're a little over 6,000 of new active. A pending went up 19%, which is I expected it to do that because we were the Labor Day weekend, no one is around here. We all go to the ocean. So and then year over year, our closed is pretty much even Steven. So nothing really new to report as far as week to week. But then on the national numbers, I did want to just bring this up because it says rate on the 30-year mortgages declined 5.95% on average, dipping below 6% for the first time since a 1 day blip in early 2023. Rates below 6% have not appeared regularly on a new purchase market since September of 2022. So that is good news. Fed's meeting, so we'll see if they're going to drop it a quarter or a half. I don't think they're going to be anything higher than that. like we were saying last week, the markets naturally adjusted and started coming down. So we'll see what old Jerome has in store for us this week.
Yeah, we'll be interested. Yeah, we were talking off camera, and I think we're gonna have a big slowdown of the markets in general. With the election, it's inching closer. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I mean, I think that's just kind of the natural cycle of it all. We'll see if they do a significant rate cut. Perhaps that could help combat that, but I just don't see it happening.
Me either. Like you said, I agree. Well, once the elections are through, well, and people kind of learn where we stand, it'll help guide everyone as to where they think we're going to be. And getting into that, I have news from the big dogs. If you are okay with me, go ahead. Are you okay with me moving forward?
Yeah, let's jump along.
Okay. Okay. So news from the big dogs. So the both candidates keep talking about, trying to come up with programs and ways for the first time home buyer to have credits or whatever it is that they're getting in order to be able to purchase. So I went on a deep dive. Like I said, I was talking to my nurse practitioner this morning at the doctor's office, and she's 28. They're looking for a home. They are not using me, but that's okay. Forgive. And but they're thinking about moving in with their grandma. Um, she has like acreage, blah blah blah. So I wanted to just see like what's changing. So in 2000, the average first time home buyer, young adult, was 23. In 2007, there was 25. In 2017, it was 26. And now in 2024, it's 27. So it went through just the economic reasons and the social reasons for it. Social reason was that parents are no longer kicking their children out of the house. They understand how expensive everything is. They don't have a problem with their young adults staying in their childhood bedroom, and reaping the benefits of living at home with their parents and saving money for a down payment, which gets us into the economic reasons. The stagnant wages combined with the escalating cost of living because of crazy inflation and mounting credit card debt has significantly hindered the ability of many to even save for a down payment. So, credit card debt, that is, a major thing. I'm going to circle back to that too. And then we also have obviously the limited housing supply. So, limited housing is creating the prices to remain higher. Even if you came down on inflation, there's still a limited supply. um, Student debt is a huge part of it. So the universities that are charging so much money for a semester and their kids are coming out of college and they're owing hundreds of thousands of dollars for their, sometimes worthless diploma,
Mhm.
not diploma, degree. No student debt here. Can you tell?
Yeah,
I have my associates.
no degrees
And
here.
then obviously, no, I did go back and get my associates, but I still don't have student debt. So securing a mortgage has become much harder. After the crash, the lenders really tightened up and to make sure that everyone qualifies. I want to go back to the credit card debt. When we were young, there was no such thing as social media. We did not know that, the elites carried Louis Vuitton bags and all these expensive luxurious things. And I just wonder because I see really young people with all these expensive, extravagant things and it's like they're trying to flex. And I just wonder if that also factors into the fact that they're spending their money in the wrong places. I could be wrong. I'm just throwing it out there because I know when I was 23, I was not carrying, well, I'm 44 and I'm not carrying a Gucci bag. But when I was 23, I was not carrying a $6,000 bag. It never crossed my mind. It doesn't cross my mind now. So I just wonder about that too, if they're just spending their money on the wrong thing. Just a thought.
I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't be a factor. I mean, even the shoes, the name brand, everything, and everything's just so much more expensive now. But yeah, yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I would never think to buy a really expensive moisturizer or super expensive makeup, but you see this stuff on TikTok and you see these things on social medias and they're like, "Oh my god, I have to have this." Um, I see it in my children. Ella has all of this, and she spends her own money on it and it's fine, whatever. And we've talked to her about, realistic expectations when you grow up and probably these
Right,
things
right.
you can buy them now because you don't have, you all of your money is, you can just spend it on whatever you
Yours.
want. She's 12. But I'm like, I never had any of this stuff growing up. I didn't have anything name brand, and I guess I didn't know better either, you know? Obviously, we grew up in the same house, so we were like name brand. We're like, no, we got Schnikes
No,
instead of
we didn't.
Nikes.
That's right. And you know what? We didn't care because there was no flexing. You know what I mean? We were just going to freaking Shady Side Elementary, but oh, but yeah, I just wonder. It makes me wonder about that kind of thing too. Is like where the money shift is if what where I would go into, wherever and buy a pair of sandals. I think that kids these days, me my old lady self are, spending a lot more money on things because they want to have that certain look. That's just again my old lady views coming out, but just wondering, throwing it out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, we'll see. I have a story for you. What would you do? You want me to jump in?
yeah. What do you got for us this week?
This story is by Brian Ma, and he's in New York's Flushing Real Estate Group. And the name of the story, he titled it, Did Somebody Order a Pizza? Brian Ma, a broker at New York's Flushing Real Estate Group, has seen some strange things at open house. I will never forget the family who lingered around forever at the open house, where they seemed wholly disinterested in the property for over an hour, and then they had a pizza delivered. He says the family went into the backyard and casually ate their pie on the patio furniture. After finishing, they abruptly left as they'd been waiting for the pizza the whole time, and no word on what the toppings were that they ordered. I feel like we hear a lot of these stories
Right?
of these people coming into open houses and doing crazy stuff.
I I mean, I gotta hand it to Brian. At least he got people at his open house because normally I sit by myself. So
Yeah, he did some type of advertising because he did get, the Pizza Clan. But I just don't understand how this happens. Like how these people come into your open house. We've had stories where they come in and they like fall asleep in the bed. I don't know, just weird things. Like, what is
Mhm.
wrong with these people? And why are you not telling these people to leave?
Yeah, I
Now
would
that I'm reading
definitely
this,
be.
have we read this before?
I think so. This might be a repeat. Nice going, Chrissy.
Oh shit. Oh, well. I was
It sounds
I'm really busy, so I don't have time to look.
it really sounds like the time where the open house had a pizza delivered.
Yeah. No, no, that was Brian May. This is Brian Ma.
Well, either way, Brian's made it onto our podcast now twice, and it's still a ridiculous story.
Yes. It really is. It's pretty dumb. Grow a backbone and get these people out of your open houses. That's end of story. So that's all we have to say about that for the repeat.
Oh, all right. Should we get into our reality show?
Sure.
All right, this one we did not repeat because we are
No.
on Million Dollar Listing LA season 2 episode 3 Buyer's Remorse. Um all right. Let's start with Altman. That crazy ass house. God damn. Okay. So Marcus and I, we were watching
Amazing.
this. Yeah, it's really beautiful. We were watching it together and he was like, "Wow." And all I could think to myself is this is a very masculine house. It's going to take a very masculine buyer. It's very a lot of stone and it was too much stone for me. And I think Tracy hit the nail on the head when she was walking through it later on in the episode and she was like, "It's just missing the warmth."
Mhm.
Sorry. And I thought, yeah, that's what
Okay.
it is. That's what it is. It was just missing the warmth. I mean, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely stunning. The outside of the house, when they showed the outside of the house, I was like, "This is amazing." The stone doesn't bother me. I don't think that, I think that that's just architecture. You can make it warm. You can add soft lighting. You can add, make it warm. But like
Mhm.
Tracy said, just, a rug,
It's missing a
to make
rug.
it warm. I think, right, missing a rug. But it was just an amazing listing. And I just wanted to point out, I feel like Altman has totally upped his game and he's like on a different level than Flag and
Oh, yeah.
Tracy now because
Oh, yeah.
he's got the multiple brokerages. I thought it was funny. He's like, I'm in my car, I'm running like a new agent because I have so many brokerages and we're spread a little thin at this moment. But yeah, he does definitely seems like he's on another level. I mean, his new build out for the Orange County office where it's just all loungy and very modern. Seems pretty cool. And then the listing video for the, what were they calling it? The Island Vista
Mhm.
got 200,000 hits.
Right? That's
It's crazy,
crazy
you know?
numbers. I'm like,
It's,
damn, how do
yeah,
you
I
do
know.
that? Because we have four.
Right. We could strip down, get naked, and still no one would view us.
No, no one would know that we're flashing our tits because no one watches.
At least we're in agreement there. But yeah, it's great. It was a crazy house. And then speaking of on the backside of crazy houses, what the hell is Flag doing?
What a mess. I mean, okay.
What a mess.
I I'm a little confused here. He said they didn't disclose, which if they truly didn't disclose, you would have a lawsuit on your hands because clearly you would have to disclose something like that. And I wrote that
Yes.
down in my notes. And then they did that flashback where they're standing there, and I go, wait, hold on. You didn't look in the windows. You were at the property. I just find it very hard to believe. I wonder if it was more to do with TV fakeness. I don't know.
I thought the same exact thing. I thought the same exact thing. I was like, okay, well, they did the Flash mag. It was 11 months ago. And I was like, no, you knew what you were getting into.
Mhm.
You knew what you were getting into. And I don't know anything about pricing, but 9.2, although it just seems like a ton of money, he's not dumb. He wouldn't do that. Is the
I don't
place
think
to
so
dump?
either.
Yeah, it is. It needs a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. It's horrible. Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's
It's
not good.
horrible. And
Um,
9.2?
yeah. And I no. Yeah, I'm not buying it that he bought it sight unseen. Um, I don't know any smart person that would do that. Unless 9.2, regardless of what it's like, is a steal. I don't know.
Hmm. Maybe. I don't know. Not sure.
Maybe. I'm not sure. And then let's see another listing for Tracy, that where the first agent couldn't do it. So stagnant on the market. She's taking it over. Those first time home buyers, I did feel bad for them. Airport noise is something that we have to disclose here. There's certain addenda that we have to add in
Hmm.
if we're close to the airports, which all of us are because of BWI and the DC airports. But, if they're not truthful, again, you're exactly right. That's you can sue them for that. So
Okay. Yeah, I was also a little wary on this one. So we do not have to um disclose airports, probably because I live in the middle of nowhere. Thank you, TMZ, for that from our last listing. Um, but okay, but I had a big problem with it. The buyer's agent that they used should have known that they were content creators, should have had a conversation, and should have never shown them a place that, even if it was beautiful, was could have impacted their business. Or you simply say, here's a beautiful place. It has so many boxes that you want, but it's next to the airport. I just find it hard to believe that they were like, "Oh, no, the first day. Oh, the airport." And I was like, "Do you not do any research on your own? You're obviously close to an airport." Like, I don't also skeptical of that.
Agreed, because being the buyer, if you are familiar with the area that you're moving into, you will know that there's going to be airport noise. But like Tracy said, it's not the airport noise, it's the AU or no, it's the apartment building, which is an eyesore, which is universal across our nation. You know, if you're a single family home backing up to an apartment
Mhm.
building, no one likes that. I learned that the hard way one time. So yeah, it's not fun to sell a house like that. But hopefully she's going to get it done and they can actually at least break even.
Yeah.
It sounds like is the goal.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
Um yeah, we'll see. Good luck to them. That's all I have for the recap.
Me too. Let's move it
All
along.
right, let's get it.
Let's get into the listing of the week. All right. Well, this week we have J Lo and Ben Affleck. They have been making splashing in the headlines recently because of their very public divorce that they are going through. So they have put their estate up on the market. Oh, you know what? I didn't write down the price. I think it was like 65 million or something along those lines.
Gee,
Yeah, I
wow.
mean it's crazy. It sits on 5 acres.
It's
It has
incredible.
46. Oh, yeah, it's actually crazy. 46,000 square feet, 12 bedrooms, 24 bath, a separate 5,000 square
Mm.
foot penthouse, a caretaker house,
Oh yeah.
a guardhouse, complement the main residence. So I'm not sure where all of those other houses are, but they're there somewhere.
That is insane.
Yes.
I
Let's
just
see.
looked it up.
The
It's 68 million.
Oh, 68,000,000. It's a
Mhm.
ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, they should probably do a price drop.
I mean, if they want this divorce to end,
Right. Insane.
yes, it's just crazy. Um,
Can I
I
note one
mean,
thing about this? I just would have thought that something that Jennifer Lopez had would be less frumpy. Does that make sense?
I think it's horrible.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when I was downloading the pictures. I was like, "This is not pretty." I would think of her as just being, like, very, like, chic and kinda glam, but not this old
Right.
lady, 60-year-old woman vibe with all this clutter around. It's really awful.
It's really bad. It's not good at all. I mean, you can be glam and still warm and cozy at the same time. Like, but this is just horrible. Like the house itself looks like it's gorgeous, the architectural part of it, but the decor is frumpy.
It's awful. Yes, I mean, those chairs, ew.
No, Sherlock Holmes called and, he needs his pipe in his chair. Like, that's just not good.
He needs his chairs back. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
He's
he
a detective.
does.
He will find them.
We'll use the due process. Or I forget what the process is. Never
Exactly.
mind. Jules, I'm being
I
stupid.
don't know.
I don't know it either, clearly. But I
No,
mean, like,
it's bad though.
ugh, clean it up. I mean, just take all this shit off of the tables. I'm just all of it. It's all too much. It's real bad.
It's all too much. But
Ugh.
take a step back from it. If you go back to that previous picture, you can see it has a beautiful fireplace.
Oh, yeah.
It has a beautiful fireplace. It has the beautiful doors that open all the way up to, bring you to connect the outside to the inside. The floors are beautiful. Those lights are horrible. So she chose
Mhm.
them or someone else chose them. But if you look beyond all their shit, which is really bad, it's a beautiful home. But yeah, their stuff is really what is all that stuff on the table?
I don't know. It's driving me nuts. It was driving me nuts when I was downloading
Ye-
the pictures, and I didn't wanna say anything because I thought Chrissy's gonna think the exact same thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I was right. I knew you would. I was like, "I'll wait for Chrissy to bring it up because
Yes, you are.
I mean, this is
Well, let her be
okay.
mean to Bennifer first.
Exactly. I'll throw her under the bus.
Why?
And then I couldn't
Why?
really figure out this. So, this is a form of a bedroom, but there's no doors closing in the back there. I don't see any door. Maybe there's pocket doors hidden in the walls, but I was just kinda like, "That's weird to have a bedroom there."
That
Or
is so
maybe
weird.
maybe
And
maybe this is the primary and this is the bedroom, and then it has, like, a little seating area because it kinda looks like closets in the back.
yeah, I was thinking that too. But it's weird that they would have that first as their first photo. You would think it'd be like the kitchen or the
Mhm.
main living room of some sort. But if they're oh wow, even their bathroom is full of shit.
Isn't it horrible? Like, the bathroom itself is beautiful. The
It's not
house
good.
itself is beautiful, and everything
Mm,
in it is awful.
awful. Awful. Is that a
Look
fireplace in the bathroom?
was it? Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Someone can sit here on the sofa and creep around while you're in the bathroom.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be my husband. He would literally sit there and watch me take a bath because he's a creep like
What a
that.
creep.
We have a yeah, I know. We have a screened-in porch, and there's a big window that just goes into our bathroom, and every once in a while, I'll look up, and he's on the porch looking through like a creep. I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?"
CJ. Wow.
I know. I know.
I
It's
mean,
just me.
just
He's allowed to
I
creep on
mean,
his
this is
wife.
an amazing, like, powder room. It looks like probably her side of the closet. Like, holy shit, that is freaking awesome. She's got a whole, like, hair salon, professional, like, wash station over there. Like, damn.
Is that like
But
a
beyond
nail spot too? A place to do
it looks like a
what's that?
whole salon. It looks like a whole salon,
That's crazy. Yeah.
but it's still horrible looking.
It's just too junky.
It's awful. Okay,
Mm-mm,
so
it's not good.
this is we're leaving the regular residence and we're moving into the indoor sports complex that features a basketball court, a pickleball court, a fully equipped gym, a boxing ring, a sports lounge and bar. So this is probably the sports lounge and bar area. Clearly that's the
Okay.
pickleball court.
Not bad.
I guess this is some kind of formal dining room that has mingled its way into the sports complex pictures. It's awful.
It's not great. Again, the actual room is pretty. They have the moody green. They're on trend there, but the actual drapes, furniture, everything is very old. I'm really blown away by the fact that this is J Lo's taste.
Yeah, no, me too. The kitchen's very pretty, but I'm not sure what those
Okay,
baskets
clean.
are. Yes, it is clean, but there's like what is hanging up there? It's like some weird baskets and some wheat. I'm not sure. We grinding our own wheat for bread? I don't think so.
That's not like a pot rack where you just hang your pots.
It is, but there's no pots. There's like little wicker baskets. So
Yeah, that's true.
bizarre. So bizarre.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah. Here we are. Pretty though. Cluttered, but pretty.
Yeah, yeah, cluttered. Yeah,
Old timey
horrible,
chandeliers.
horrible light fixture.
Yeah, real bad.
Mhm.
And there's your I guess your
That's
other
cool.
view. We're back to the indoor sports complex. Yeah, basketball, pickleball, ping
Yeah.
pong. I mean, look at this space I think is amazing.
Yeah, that's
I
cool as
mean,
shit. Yeah, that's really
yeah.
nice.
All right, and that wraps up our tour of J-Lo's awful tastes.
Yeah, beautiful house, horrible, horrible taste as far as decor. No wonder it's still sitting on the market. So,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Real bad.
68 million.
I mean, you just gotta look at it and be like, the furnishings are the furnishings, and they're not included. Look at the bones. All right. Shall we wrap up this bird and land it and get on with our tip of the week?
Sure. What do you got?
Pay attention to the details. So, I called you earlier this week. I had with the brokerage change, there was some change in some file stuff, and I had a closing, and then they came back and they were like, "Oh, Julie, you need a bunch of shit." Things that my other brokerage yeah. Things that my other brokerage didn't require. So it ended up being 5 additional pieces of paperwork that I was missing from my file, which is just super fucking annoying. But I had to go back and have
So
the people sign, and I just called you out of frustration mainly. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so stupid."
so annoying. And with brokerage, there's different everyone requires different things. Of course, the state requires each state requires different things, but then each brokerage has different paperwork. My brokerage has, completely different paperwork from any other brokerage I've been on. But yeah, it is so frustrating, especially after the transaction has already closed. I mean, let's be real. We're like, we're done. Bye
Mhm.
bye. Say la vie. Enjoy your new house. And to have to go loop back around that's the annoying part. It's like, God damn, I thought I was done.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and
But you got to do it.
they
Not
were super nice. I was like, "Oh my god, it doesn't it doesn't impact the transition, and it's like it's just for the paperwork for the file." And they were like, "No problem." I haven't mailed their keys yet, so that could be
right.
the leverage. It's like, "You want 'em?"
You gotta sign this in order to get these. Yeah, my tip of the week is along the same lines, like, just, especially with all the new rules and everything, just CYA. There are so many new rules in place, things that people should have been doing to begin with, but, it's easier said than done, to get someone that you're meeting for the first time to sign a, whatever our buyer broker is 5, 6 pages to, "Hey, I just met you. I need you to sign this contract stating that you'll work with me." They're like, "Whoa." So you kinda have to change your methods and everything. I've been on that initial phone call, been just giving them a heads up, "Hey,
Mhm.
this is the new law. I'm gonna send it over to you. If you wanna see it, then let me know and we'll go over it," that kinda thing. So you just gotta change your methods. But yeah, just CYA because you just never know who's going to come back and try to, use stuff against you. And as long as you have all your ducks in a row. you'll be set. But yeah, get everything signed. We were getting on the phone, and I have a couple coming in to Annapolis this weekend, and I've never met them, and they're bringing their puppy, so I'll probably bring a little ink pad so that we can have the puppy signature because you
Everyone's got to sign now. The whole
Fido.
world needs to sign. I want great
Right.
grandma from the grave
Fido
to
is
come
not
on.
gonna hold me up. Yeah.
No doubt.
Everyone signs, and you're gonna sign right here on the truck of my the hood of my truck before we even open the door. So that's just that's the new rules and just CYA. Everyone just, do your best. And if they don't want to sign, then they're probably not real buyers. So move on.
Yeah. Do you guys have a customer form?
No,
Oh,
I don't know.
we
What
have a
is yours?
customer form. We have a customer form. It's like 1.5 pages, just simply saying, I'm not your agent, but it gives us the legal authority to at least open the door. Um, it's just
Oh,
another option if they don't like, some realtor.com, like, I don't know you. So we'll just sign a customer
yeah.
agreement, especially if it's like, oh, I just want to see this one house. Okay, we'll just sign this. It doesn't bind you to me. Um, but what it does do, and I found it to be helpful, is it's kind of like a sideways approach you can use where it gets them used to signing stuff and you at least get to meet them and
I
it
was gonna say it's
makes
almost like
that
a stepping stone.
transition. It makes that transition much easier when you do come to that buyer agreement. And then you have to have that larger conversation of how I get paid and what happens, if the seller isn't offering any commissions and all of that kind of jazz, but it gets them signing something without being like, "You have to sign with me and you're exclusive." So, I found it to be useful.
Right, right. That is useful. If we have one, then I'm not aware of it. We just go right into the buyer broker. So it's just a
Mhm.
lot of explaining, and I'm finding myself having a lot more conversations on the phone before I even meet them. So,
Oh,
but
yes.
that's okay. Like I said, rules change. You change your practices. No big deal. You roll with it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, and everything's so new, I think it's gonna continue to change, but yeah, you just gotta keep the conversation flowing, and I really it hasn't really been all that hard, those new NAR changes, it really I really
No,
haven't had too much of
it,
a problem with them, so.
no. These were conversations I was having with folks prior to the changes anyway. So now the only thing I'm trying to do is just reiterate on the phone before I even meet with them. So that's it. No big deal.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
That's all I got.
Well, me too. Well, we will see you next week. Remember to like and subscribe on our socials. Email us some funny stories so we don't have pizza repeats. Real Sisters Real Estate at gmail.com. All right, bye.
Bye.